Okay, gang, back to work. So here is the second most famous equation in the world. Force equals mass times acceleration, courtesy of Sir Isaac. We've talked about that guy. We've talked about that guy. Now it's time to talk about that guy. Acceleration. Acceleration has to do with motion. So this is where we're going to get to page 62 in your book. We're going to talk about motion. So again, it's going to have to do a lot with definitions. Definitions are key. So first, we talk about velocity. Velocity is a vector measurement. Meaning that it has two features to it, magnitude and direction. We define velocity as two ways. Speed and direction. And the other definition that we will use is displacement over time, or S over T. We measure it two ways. We measure it in feet per second or meters per second. Not miles per hour, not kilometers per hour. Okay, we have to stay with the standard units. We're going to be talking about several terms throughout this discussion. We're going to talk about average velocity. What is average velocity? Well, average velocity takes into account variations in velocity over a given period of time. And to make that a little clearer, let's just imagine taking a trip to Boston. Now, for the purposes of discussion, we'll idealize this a little bit, courtesy of Galileo. We'll say that Boston is 100 miles from Portland to Boston. So if we take 2 hours to get from Portland to Boston, our average velocity would be 50 miles per hour. Now that doesn't mean that the instant you turn the key in your car, you're immediately at 50 miles per hour and you stay that way throughout the journey until you hit Fenway Park and bang, come to a dead stop. You're going to hit traffic, you're going to hit tolls, you're going to stop to get gas and coffee, then you're going to hit the Boston traffic, and so on and so forth. And somewhere along the line, you're going to look around and take a chance and hope that the cops don't have a radar gun going, and you're going to get up to 80 miles an hour on 95 South. But overall, it takes you 2 hours to get there, so your average velocity would be 50 miles per hour. Uniform velocity is something else that we'll discuss. Uniform velocity is real easy. Just think of cruise control. Uniform velocity is cruise control. It is velocity that does not vary. All right, we'll pause here and go to the next page.